Hey, welcome to the Grace of Thrones, High Priestess. Hope all is well with you. So, this is a message for any light workers, light beings, healers, or spiritual healers, and things of that nature. If you consider yourself an HP or a divine feminine, this read is for you, okay? It's been a while. But I'm here, baby. So I'm going to start off opening up this read with ancestral and angel messages from your guides to see what they want you to know at this time, all right? What is the opening message for this read, Spirit? Wow. Wow. Okay, definitely your guides are actually asking you to shift your perception when it comes to something, right? Air guardian. Okay, you are definitely learning, and you have learned a lot from your spiritual experiences, and you are destined to become a great teacher. Some of you guys have great teachers. All right, and Spirit wants you to embrace the energy of peace. You are divinely protected. Even when you face the mountains that life, may place before you, you are to stand your ground, okay? Now, once again, shift your perception and don't just take anything in the air. Because there's a lot of stuff in the air, right? Both spiritually and physically. So, what is the issue for you right now on a spiritual level? We'll find that out first, okay? Spirit, please provide what is the issue for the Divine Collective right now on a spiritual level. Okay. All right, spiritual work of a higher initiate. All right, so Chariot of Ascension. All right, so the real issue right now, Spirit wants you to shift your perception, because right now you are doing a lot of spiritual work and you are initiating to a higher level, right? And it's coming, it's here, and you're leveling up, right, in your spirituality. So let's go deep into this message here. We're into your calling, right? Okay, you're mastering things, right? That's why we have also great teacher here, learn from your spiritual experiences. The number 33 is a mastery number, very high level of mastery. What is that? Ascended master as well, number, grand master. And yeah, so your soul, your soul wishes to travel more freely between the dimensions of higher reality. This is to allow for conscious spirit communication, the free flow of soul light into the physical body, and the joining in divine harmony of heaven and earth. It requires conscience to do this. The Merkaba, Chariot of Ascension, and Soul Fire is a spiritual gift to attain these divine purposes now. Available to you as a high initiate. That's why your guys are asking you to shift your perception. Shift your perception, because you're going higher, all right? And you have a very high level calling on your life. There are times when the soul becomes ambitious and wishes to live its entire light in conscience oneness with all expressions of its being, including the physical body. It may wish to do so simply because it's the nature of all beings to eventually realize themselves as divine, or because it needs specific new skills to be available to the human expression in the physical body so it can continue with its divine purpose. Those skills might be channeling divine energy, conscious spirit communication, gaining greater artistic or creative ability because it feels wonderful to create, or any number of other purposes. This oracle brings you guidance that a special spiritual practice has come or is soon coming to your attention that will help your soul reach you more fully. It will be advanced practice, and it will serve you well at this time in your journey to reach the higher levels of capacity and spiritual responsibility that are available to you as the high initiate. Peace to you, beloved. Your spiritual work on this planet is greatly supported. Wow. That's why Spirit is asking you to learn from your spiritual experiences. You are greatly supported, okay? The Chariot of Ascension Oracle also offers you a particular sacred teaching from the Priestess of High Initiates. So like I said, you either have a great teacher or you yourself are learning to become a great teacher, right? This is the practice of the Merkaba, soul vehicle of Chariot of Ascension. This vehicle is an energetic structure of sacred geometry and strengthens and protects you, allowing for your conscience to travel instantaneously and freely between dimensions and reality without compromising your vibration or damaging your energy bodies. Okay? I was just saying on one of the messages I recently posted is about you have to have integrity and be mindful not to tap into heavy energies just to get a message. Don't allow anyone to lay hands on you. Use discernment and don't allow anyone to tap into your energy. And you yourself, you don't want to tap into any energy, you know? So Merkaba is a vehicle of strength, of great strength and power, and it is best used with a heart dedicated in unconditional love and service. It can be used to travel on the inner planes to stars and temples for higher guidance in an instant, as well as to connect with other souls on the inner planes at various levels of evolution. It is recommended that such a practice can only be used with permission granted from the soul in question and from a place of love and intention to be of healing service. So, my hand is scratching, which is a good sign, okay? All right. Some of you guys will be very blessed in this work. All right, so various levels of evolution. And once again, it is recommended that such a practice only be used with permission granted from the soul in question. That means, both parties agree, in the service of healing, and you're coming from a place of love and in the intention to be of healing service, right? So Merkaba allows you to travel without the usual restraints upon your energy field. But like any powerful practice, there is a wise caution. You will travel and experience what is in your heart. Keep your heart open and clear, and do not use Merkaba if you are feeling uncentered, ungrounded, disconnected, or angry. It is a technique to use when you are feeling peaceful and aligned with yourself. At such times, great growth in consciousness is possible for you using Merkaba. The Oracle of the Chariot Ascension is a gift of high-level spiritual training. Your wisdom is using what you have learned helps you make the most of this sacred gift. This oracle is much about receiving the training as it is about knowing when to apply it, all right? And when to have restraint. So like I said, you're going to use discernment, and you're not for everybody, everybody's not for you. But as long as you're moving from a place of divine love, unconditional love, your spirit is at ease, and you're, moving in the service of healing, you can go ahead and do so. The Oracle of the Chariot of Ascension is also confirmation that you are growing spiritually and becoming ready for greater tasks and spiritual responsibilities. If you have been considering taking a step to engage in teaching or healing, in studying or practicing at a higher level, Whether spiritually or in your chosen field or profession, you are encouraged to follow your heart and your destiny and be bold. Say yes to yourself. The Chariot of Ascension speaks of rising destinies and success. All right? So, now, how can you best heal that in your day-to-day life? Wow, we have abundance of Sothis. And I told you my hand was crashing here now. Stellar blessings of the celestial goddess of abundance. All right. Wow. Let's get deeper here. Let's get deeper here. Okay. All right. The number 18 may be significant to you. Okay, which breaks down to the number 9. All right, so here we are, my dear. Stellar blessings of the celestial goddess of abundance. Abundance in many forms is flowing to you now, beloved. Intend right now to receive it. So the abundance is coming to you, right? This is going to help you in your day-to-day life. Have the intention on receiving this abundance. Just decide to do so in your heart this very moment. Okay? The oracle of abundance of Sothis comes as guidance to expect increased flow and to continue your good works of building channels through which abundance can be delivered to you. Freely share your talents, love, wisdom, and self, and enjoy the abundance of responsively flowing to you in many forms over and over again. So a lot of abundance is coming to you, 1212. Abundance comes to you now, dear initiate. If you have been through a time of restricted circumstances, materially, financially, socially, in terms of health or relationships, opportunities, fun, or friendship, then this oracle indicates that the tide is turning and an upsurge of wealth, health, abundance, and more are coming to you now. After an experience of restriction, perhaps for a prolonged period, you will very much enjoy this new and improved flow of energy, support, compensation, and reward. With your heart open, your many channels ready to receive the influx of abundance, and your initiate belief that you are worthy to receive, you attract great support from the universe now. Channels for receiving grace in all that its forms are created when you follow your heart and do your part to be ready and prepared to receive. Preparation is an important part of abundance in all forms, and you can enjoy your abundance to the fullest extent when there are containers for it to be held within. Okay, so Spirit wants you to open up to receive this abundance here. Those containers will be practical ways for wealth and other forms of abundance, such as great relationships, to be a part of your world. Your channels might include new creative works being formed, seeking networking opportunities with others in your field so that there are ways of people to find you and the work that you offer, for example, or joining classes or groups that allow you to meet others. Following up with your intuition or instincts in even small, seemingly unrelated situations. The containers will be created not only from the practical steps that you take, from the intention, vibration, and resonance behind them, which means your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes all count. If your desired abundance is wealth, then start to really shift your identity and thoughts from a place of restriction to a place of relaxation and willingness to take care of your money so that you create a strong container for the flow of abundance to reach you. If you desire a long soulmate relationship or deeper friendships, becoming more of the person yourself that you wish to experience in others, as well as affirming that you have value and much to offer and are willing and worthy of receiving from others, will create powerful channels through which you can receive the abundance of love and good community that Sothis can bring to you. The goddess of celestial abundance, shining stellar mother, Sothis, will bless you with all you can possibly receive. So allow yourself to act in faith, be brave, and take steps to ready yourself right now. Make sure you harvest your crops to create even more channels through which abundance can flow to you. Clearing out the old, completing and comparing the ripe crops of nourishment. This may mean revising, finishing, and bringing to fruition old projects, or deciding to let them go completely if they do not feel right to pursue. Generosity, blessing, and gifts of abundance now. This may mean revising, finishing, and bringing to fruition old projects, or deciding to let go completely if they do not feel right to pursue any further. It might mean seeking fresh input or collaboration on certain projects, or feeling any sadness, grief, or anger over unfinished projects and letting them go completely. There may be still other projects that you feel in your heart are right for you, but not just now, and so they are released to percolate further in the cosmic womb. With this greater creative clarity and organization, your channels for abundance will be clearer and more receptive, and so this will have all the more room in which to bless you and fill you. This oracle wishes to bring you great blessings. The ritual below will help you move into the best place within to receive it fully. All right? Awesome. Now, what will the gift or the outcome of this be? Ancient power mysteries. Hear the rattle of Isis playing. All right? And our spirit wants you to embrace the energy of peace as you discover and embark on the ancient power mysteries. All right? Excuse me. So the number 23 may be significant to you, which breaks down to the number 5, which breaks down to changes. All right. The number 18, which broke down to 9, could either be your life path number, or it could also be your one step closer to a wish fulfillment. All right. And receiving the ability to have divine independency, right? Especially financially. Okay. Something that you truly desire. When it comes to teaching, abundance, what you learn from your experiences, it's waiting for you to receive it. You just have to, open up your heart and be willing to receive this abundance. And now, Spirit wants you to embrace the energy of peace, because a lot of beautiful changes are happening, divine changes, and these changes have to do with you also receiving ancient powers and mysteries. So here's the rattle of Isis playing, right? The rattle of Isis is the sistrum. It's playing in the hand of the goddess now. Can you sense it with your inner hearing? Its vibration reaches through your crown chakra and enters your body, initiating you into great ancient power mysteries of sound, creativity, and healing. This is a time when words and music will become increasingly important on your spiritual path and healing journey. When the Lady Isis initiates a beloved into her ancient mysteries, life can become quite interesting. An initiate of Isis does not just learn new ideas as a student, but is thrown into the experience of the mysteries in real day-to-day life, living so that they may be truly mastered in our lives and then utilized in service to help the lives of others too. So I had a pastor growing up, and he would say, whatever you go through in your life is your ministry, all right? So this reminds me of that. When it's time for you to, learn as an initiate, as a student, you are sometimes thrown into the experience so that you can master it in your own life and then utilize it to be in service to help others. All right, so that one day all beings will be healed and whole according to the will of the divine feminine. The rattle of Isis initiates us into the mysteries and sound healing and creation through vibration. If we listen carefully, with our inner ear, we can hear the sounds of the universe alive. We can sense and hear with our inner ear the movement of planets, the beating of the hearts of Mother Earth, and the music of the goddess, guiding us through sound, helping our souls to dance and move and our lives to heal. You're guided to use words that reflect the experience you would like to create in your life. It may involve shifting how you speak. For example, rather than focusing on struggle or what is not working, focus on the signs of life and healing that you experience. This may also include using chant, incantation, and prayer. It may also involve singing or playing a musical instrument, or using sound for healing through the voice of another. Instruments such as crystal bowls, rattles, keyboard, or string, or wood instruments, and letting the sound move you. You may use this healing for yourself, but if you are a healer, this oracle can guide you to explore this in your healing with others. The oracle guides you to honor the power of your voice, whether through spoken or sung words, and in what you write, speak, or stand for symbolically also. You have a potentially very powerful healing voice, and you are guided to recognize the responsibility that you have for what you proclaim through your voice. It is acknowledgement of freedom, respect, and love for others. Do you use your powerful speech with wisdom and kindness? In order to help you master the ancient mysteries of the system, use your beautiful voice with spiritual responsibility and wisdom. You also need to acknowledge where you have used your power to manipulate others to get your own way or fail to be respectful. Forgive yourself aloud and ask for forgiveness, in person or spirituality, if doing so in person is not possible or appropriate. Often initiates don't realize where they are conscious until thrown into initiation, which helps us become more aware and grow. It can be confronting to become aware of issues that need healing within us that we had no prior awareness of, and it can be tempting to criticize or judge others. Choose not to do so. Be kind to yourself. We are all learning. Allow Lady Isis to help you find your way through to wise use of power of sound. What you will learn through the initiation of Sistrum is an understanding that your words are powerful and create resonance. Okay, so you will become able to create divine sound through music and speech for clearing, creating, and manifestation. As you do so, your power to generate consciously cultivated higher frequencies will grow, and you will feel more masterful in managing your moods and the energy of your environment. You can manage karmic responsibility for what you create through the spiritual intention to be of service and healing. Then we all benefit from your growth. Remember, just as your body may naturally wish to dance when you hear a wonderful piece of music with your physical ears, so too when the inner ear of the soul hears the cosmic tune of the Divine Mother urging growth, healing, and great joy. The soul wishes to move and our lives changes. The soul wishes to move and our lives change. If this is happening for you already and you are feeling the onset of perhaps quite deep upheaval and change, now that is a part of your initiation into the ancient power mysteries of your soul is dancing. Trust in the flow. Work with your words to bring yourself into alignment with your soul. Remember that the soul resonates with love, bliss, abundance, peace, joy, and connection with all that is. Focus on these kinds of energies, and your words will help you align with your soul and genuinely feel the peace beneath the changes you are experiencing in your life. Okay, beautiful. All right, so give me 1 second. I'm just gonna grab some water. great. All right, beautiful. So, next, what is the biggest challenge or opportunity for you to get the best outcome? Wow, goddess of 10,000 names. Isis, endless emanations of the priestess. So stand your ground, my dear. All right, stand your ground. There are a lot of opportunities as well as challenges for you, but to get the best outcome, let's go further into this message here. Goddess of 10,000 names. So the number 66 may be significant to you, or you could have been seeing this number, which breaks down to the number 12, all right? So let's see. All right. All right, so Isis, with many names, forms, associations, and expressions, is referred to as the goddess of 10,000 names. A name holds power. It defines the energies or limits. The name, faces, and the roles that you play are just one part of your being, yet you exist beyond them. Beloved initiate, as a vast being, you are currently realizing that you are not limited by previous identities you held. And the reason why Spirit is asking you to shift your perception and learn from your spiritual experiences, all right? Okay, so you don't have to identify with previous identities, all right? You don't have to limit yourself to those previous identities, right? All right, instead, you are becoming more of your whole self. Enjoy the uncovering of even more of you, all right? Just like the Lady Isis, you are a multi-faced, multi-dimensional being. It is most helpful at this phase in your path that you learn not to attach to roles or identities that may have once held great importance for you or others relating to you. It does not mean that you must cease to relate to that name or role, more that you are realizing it is only a part of you, and there is even more of you wishing, excuse me, that's my bird in the background. I have a fan-tailed dove here. Okay, and there is even more of you wishing to express itself now. Okay, the roles you are needing to move beyond might be mother, executive, healer, good person, strong person, always in control, daughter, teacher, or guru, grandmother, and so on. There is nothing wrong with these roles, and you may still express parts of your vast self through such roles, but you are at a significant point in your inner development where you are learning that these are not who you are, but simply expressions of the internal endless self, uncontainable by any human descriptions. So don't let any human define you. You define who you are, all right? Allowing yourself to be who you are and express who you desire to be, all right? It can be tricky to avoid getting stuck in the roles that others prescribe for you or expect of you. And yet your self-definition will become wider, and your experience of yourself will be more real and fulfilled if you are open to discovering more of you. All right? Beyond the person you have considered yourself to be up until now. For this to happen, you must be willing to allow the many and varied faces of your being, your 10,000 names, to begin to emerge into your awareness, to realize that you are more than you currently imagine yourself to be. This opens up tremendous freedom of choice and possibility in life. This can be both exhilarating and terrifying. Trust that the self is, in essence, divine love, and there is great joy and in its unfoldment, even if there are challenges to let go of the fears that you have held us trapped in certain roles and identities at times. The call to let go of old identity is very strong, leading you to this oracle at this time. All right, when a new, more whole, fulfilling, and truthful sense of identity awaits you, any fear or struggle that you go through to allow this to happen, beloved, will be spiritually repaid to you multiply in so many ways. That's why we had the abundance of sources. There is nothing to lose except old limitations, and so much wonder and joy to be gained. This oracle also indicates there is a spiritual name waiting for you on the inner planes. The name may come from various spiritual traditions as a name of a deity or sacred mantra, or it could be an actual name that you can sound out and use in meditation or sacred temple activities with spiritual groups. That name may also simply be a note, an inner awareness of a sound, and it can be sourced by going into your heart, almost felt more than heard or spoken. So almost felt more than heard or spoken, all right? This spiritual name is coming to you to help you deepen your connection with yourself. Like any other identity, it is just a representation for a time. You do not need to pack up your old life in search of an entirely new one unless your heart deeply guides you with the peace and neutrality that this is what is needed for your spiritual growth. More often than not, what this spiritual name offers you is a chance to begin to loosen your grip on your old identity, not throw it away completely, and sense yourself in a more expanded light. Whether you consciously and easily receive your spiritual name in meditation or dream state, or through a healing conversation with another initiate, or whether it remains a mystery, trust that it is in your heart, calling you to recognize more of your true self. If you already have a spiritual name, this oracle is a guidance to not become too attached to that identity either. Names are ways of knowing a being, but they are not the being. This can be hard for us to take on board in a culture that loves to label and therefore understand everything. For the initiate, however, accepting mystery is a part of the spiritual journey into the divine self. If you have felt constrained by a role, name, or identity and are wishing for assistance in growing beyond it, or if you have sensed a new role or identity calling you into greater expression and would love some divine help in that growth, this oracle indicates the help you need is already with you, urging your growth from within. All right? So, now what special guidance is there to help you resolve this in the best way now? All right, let's see. Oh my God, that was so much. All right, so, wow, look. We have the Eye of Horus, awakening divine perception. We have Cartouche, divine names of power. All right, we have High Priestess, mysteries revealed in the eyes of Isis, and the spirit of Isis, triumph of the goddess. All right, mighty God. So I'm going to read something from each oracle. All right, and these are what special guidance is here to help you resolve this now. So the Eye of Horus is protecting you and guiding you, awakening you to divine perception. Also, there are divine names of power that are available to you. And you are definitely, look, showing up right in the High Priestess reading, all right? So your energy is very, very powerful, and Spirit wants you to know, right? There are some mysteries that are revealed in the Eye of Isis, and Isis will be guiding you to revelations that you will discover. And you will also be receiving triumph of the goddess, okay? So let's start with the Eye of Horus. All right, Eye of Horus. All right. All right, so the Eye of Horus brings divine perception, okay? Protection and insight. You are gifted with certain spiritual abilities, including divine sight, that are awakening and growing now. You have much divine support and protection so that you may grow your abilities and serve others with your divine gifts. Trust your perception and know that you are divinely protected. All right. The Oracle of the Eye of Horus is a stamp of divine encouragement, approval, and protection. If you have been wondering about your divine path, about whether you have genuine gifts of healing and insight to share, about whether your inner perception is actually true insight, and whether you'll be protected spiritually in certain matters or situations, then this oracle is confirmation for you. You also have guidance here that your inner sight is expanding yet again, taking a turn on a higher twist of the spiral of perception. And that's crazy because Spirit is asking you to shift your perception, right, to a higher perception, right? And these are the gifts of higher clairvoyance, pure knowing, and divination, and divine communion. And they all flow in truth from the fountain of your heart. You can expect these gifts to grow as a result to see with even more detachment, accuracy, and clear knowing. It is important that you trust your inner sight and come from your heart. This will ensure that your sight is accurate and helpful. Inner sight will never judge or harm another, but it will certainly help you discern the underlying truth of situations and relationships so that they can make wise decisions. This oracle is confirmation that you have spiritual gifts of healing and perception that can serve your own life path and that of others when you use them from love. Trust that Horus will protect you as you move forward on your path, that opportunities will come at the perfect time. The divine sun will shine on you, gifting you with your time in the sun. So have faith, beloved. This oracle is confirmation that the divine is looking out for you and will guide and protect you through your through your intuition. All right. Some of you guys will definitely be going through initiation, right? Your inner voice will tell you everything you need to know in a timely manner. Finally, this oracle is also an indicator of a triumph over darker energies and emotions. Whether you have been struggling with psychological darkness, unfulfilling habits, patterns of subversive or undermining behavior within yourself, or from toxic relationship patterns with others, or with organizations or groups within society, know that you will triumph, and the sun, the truth, the light will prevail. Pray for protection, clear your insight, and trust your inner guidance. You will triumph in light over any darkness. Your success and growth are assured, right? That's why we also have Spirit of Isis, Triumph of the Goddess. All right, so now we have Cartouche, Divine Names of Power. All right, here we are. Which breaks the number 28 may be significant to you, which breaks down to the number 10, which is a ending of something and beginning of something new. All right, so let's see. Okay. So, Cartouche, Divine Names of Power. Lady Isis initiates you now into her special mysteries. The use of sacred annotations, the words that you speak are rapidly gaining power. To benefit from this power rather than be undermined or held back by it, practice thoughtful speech and clear your heart of old unforgiveness, which can poison your words unintentionally. As your heart grows in purity, you will be able to speak with spiritual authority, and what you speak of will come into being more swiftly and obviously. Isis is initiating you as a master healer in her sacred tradition of divine names of power. Wow. So that's why we have the great teacher, learning from spiritual experiences, which you go through is usually your ministry, and you are here to be a master healer, all right, in sacred traditions of divine names of power, okay? Now, you are being initiated into the divine healing tradition of Isis herself. Isis works with divine names of power. These are sacred words of strength, magic, and power to create healing from a place of compassion and devotion to love. She honors that which is worthy of protection and uses endless determination combined with her skill of speaking words of power to cause life to thrive and that which is not worthy of cultivation, which would not serve life, to dissipate and decline. Divine names of power are the mantras, sounds, and the names of divine in all traditions. You hear that? All traditions. So whatever traditions you work with. All right, Isis will bring you her name to begin, offered to you as a sacred gift to be worked with as a mantra of protection, of feminine grace and divinity and healing. You can use her name as she instructs you to do so in the ritual below. I will read the ritual for you guys for this one, all right? A word, phrase, or mantra that is given through initiation is like a light bulb that has been plugged into a lamp. The initiation switches the power on, and the use of the words by the initiate is like the lamp shining its light. If you have been interested in using your voice in some way for writing, singing, healing, speaking, or becoming a spokesperson for a particular cause that resonates with your heart, this Oracle of Cartouche brings guidance that Lady Isis honors your desire, encourages you to explore, and shall protect your process. If you have drawn this Oracle of the Cartouche, along with the ancient power mysteries, and we definitely did. Lord, God is good. Yes, we did. All right. You are guided to more seriously explore sound, healing, and mantra as a part of your own path. And if you are a healer, you are strongly encouraged to explore these healing arts as a way to unfold your own spiritual talents and perhaps incorporate these techniques into your healing practice in a way that feels true for you. The Oracle of the Cartouche reminds you that invoking the power of speech and word for your strength, protection, and spiritual growth will work effectively for you. Sometimes thinking and saying no is the most powerful word you can say to honor personal choice and create a safe boundary for yourself. So don't be afraid to say no, all right? Sometimes affirming in thought and speech, I choose to see the divine within this person, place, or situation, is another way to cut through drama and use the power of word in thought and spoken expression to create powerful healing. Choose your words with wisdom and pure intention, keeping in mind that with more power comes more karmic responsibility, and therefore always surrendering to the greater good and unconditional love is a good idea. With this approach, your gift will grow strong and its effect, intentional and unintentional, will be as spiritually clean and helpful as possible. You will become a greater force of love, peace, and power on this planet. The Oracle of Cartouche also suggests that you discern the effect upon you of the company you are keeping energetically and physically. I just posted a message about important of like what energies you allow yourself to tap into. I mentioned this earlier, and who you allow to tap into your energy. Sometimes the thoughts and the words of others, their vibrations can enhance you or leave you feeling depleted or drained. All right. If you are drawn into negative speaking in order to bond or fit in with others, you are asked if it is worth it for the effect it has on your own vibration. So is it worth it? No, it ain't worth it. Come on now. Who wants to feel depleted and drained after, engaging with someone or energetically allowing yourself to engage in something? You can use your words of power to cleanse any cord or contracts that will lower your vibration into a fearful place in order to come back to love, to help you stay true to yourself, and perhaps even inspire others to think or speak more positively when they are around you, not from a position of judgment of another's choices, but from a position of wisdom, realizing the effects of such choices. So the ritual of the Cartouche says, I will call upon Isis, who loves me unconditionally. Teach me to speak powerfully, from a place of love and peace sublime. Beyond time and space, my words will shine, like diamonds with beauty and strength immense. They bring divine truth and cut through pretense. Beloved Isis, initiate me into your words of power. Your healing grace descends upon me as a heavenly shower. Isn't that beautiful? Yes, it is, my dear. Now, High Priestess, right? And we are here on the High Priestess read, right? Mysteries revealed in the eyes of Isis. High Priestess. Okay, the number 77 could be significant to you, which breaks down to the number 14, which is double sevens once again. All right, so you could be seeing that number. You might want to check out that angel number. All right, so, beloved Isis, gaze upon you now, right? Look at that. And behind her vast eyes, mysteries are unveiled. A new clarity around your direction is unfolding. Be willing to wait for the full reveal, but also recognize what is happening at this time. You will be gaining valuable insight into where you are being led and for what purpose. It is an exciting moment in your unfoldment. Have reverence and an open heart and mind, and wait patiently for the grand revelation that is on its way. So something grand, baby, it's on its way. Currently, you are being offered assistance in unveiling your divine destiny. You'll be shown your purpose in a broader and more meaningful way than ever before. Excuse me. All right, than ever before. You can expect to have many aha moments where your life experiences and journey suddenly make sense. So a lot of things are about to start making sense, all right? From a much bigger perspective, helping you understand how everything that you have gone through has brought you to where you are today. Didn't I tell you earlier that whatever you go through is usually your ministry, which in turn helps you to trust even more where you are being led. You are guided to trust in the reveal, whether it seems preposterously magnificent and you have no idea how it could possibly all happen, or whether it seems not nearly grand enough as yet. In time, you, with your patience and willingness to trust in the unfoldment of your life, you will realize the inherent beauty, perfection, and sublime loveliness of your life unfolding, and that your purpose and destiny are truly exquisite. Wow, an exquisite destiny, right? You will feel more joy and peace and trust within you, growing into the serenity of the High Priestess who accepts all with a wisdom born of great insight and understanding. Rather than being passive, she is actively surrendered in absolute trust in higher wisdom. So, allow yourself to have, absolute trust in higher wisdom. The High Priestess, Lady Isis, and your own divine soul are calling you to trust in the unfoldment of a mystery into revelation right now. Pay attention to the sacred signs, dreams, and intuitions right now, as they are accurate and more prophetic than usual. Provided the guidance in the spiritual insights is guiding you deeper into love, which you will recognize as a feeling of deep trust, safety, and knowing, even in the most unfamiliar circumstances. Yeah? Then you can trust them completely. Unfathomable, bizarre or strange is happening right now, provided you feel love in your heart. Trust it. It is the hand of the divine guiding you, and you just don't know enough of what is happening in the bigger picture is yet to make sense of the situation. But, excuse me. But you will in time and possibly much sooner than you realize. I'm just going to read this over once again. This oracle is also an indication that if something completely why am I cutting up like this? Oh Lord. This oracle is also an indication that if something completely unfathomable bizarre or strange is happening right now, provided you feel love in your heart, trust it. It is the hand of divine guiding you, and you just don't know enough of what is happening in the bigger picture is yet to make sense of the situation. But you will in time, and possibly much sooner than you realize. This is why Spirit is once again asking you to embrace the energy of peace and shift your perception. Stand your ground, because you're learning a lot from a spiritual teacher and from your spiritual experiences that will allow you to also become a spiritual teacher yourself. Okay. And now we have the Spirit of Isis, triumph of the goddess. So expect to have triumph, my dear, right? Let's see here. Okay, so, beloved initiate, there are times to surrender and let go, but there are never times to give up. All right, persist with your bold faith and inspired action until the impossible happens. Isis has the spirit of triumph and will never fall or fail in her quest, no matter how bold or impossible it seems. Believe. It is helpful on the inner path to let go and detach, okay, over and over again, and yet we need to stay true to our heart and not give up on what we feel we are here to do. Whether it is reaching for enlightenment, for inner peace, for creative breakthrough, or personal healing, the triumph of the goddess is with you now, urging you not to give up. No matter how far away or impossible success may seem to be, don't quit. Persist until the impossible happens. The power of genuine inner will, not force or domination, but the inner power that fuels us to continue with our inner practices to do what we need to do in the physical world to bring ourselves to light and life, is growing within you now. It is supported by living the right quest for you, seeking to climb the mountain that lies within our own heart, not that chosen for us by another, but the journey that generally lies within us. Isn't that a confirmation to the mountain oracle that came from the Angels and Ancestors guide? All right. Stand your grounds, all right? And some of these mountains can be a mountain in your own heart, okay? Especially if you've been through a lot. And usually as a high priestess, you go through quite a bit, you know? Quite a bit. But you will receive triumph, okay? Feminine strength with endless determination is fueled by loving devotion. Nothing less than love will be powerful enough to keep you going on your path long after you have tired of criticism or become even too fatigued to respond to fear anymore. Allow your heart to fuel the fire in your belly and let the divine love that is in your being give you the energy and passion that you need to pursue your destiny, and realize that it is pursuing you too. This oracle comes at a time when you need to know that you will succeed. It is a reminder that you can surrender, let go of attachment, and as to how it will happen or it will look like, all right? Even if it's frustrating, surrendering the vision into the divine fires yet again, waiting until you feel it naturally comes together according to divine timing. The spirit of Isis is willing to wait until divine forces collide and the miracle occurs. If you have drawn okay, so there will be a miraculous and surprising element. So if you are drawn to this, there will be a miraculous and surprising element to how your triumph occurs. An unexpected twist working in your favor. Remember, beloved initiate, the forces of growth, love, and divinity are in your corner. There is nothing more powerful than these. Allow them to have their way and you will have yours. your win is assured. So the Eye of Horus is saying that, you know, you're divinely protected. That's why Spirit is saying to embrace the energy of peace. Not only is your success assured, but your win is assured. You have a beautiful destiny of abundance, all right? So this is so beautiful, all right? Let's see. You know, things are always shifting, right? Because life is always shifting with the different cycles that it has. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be pulling from the Shapeshifters Oracle for you. And then we will pull on some lesson cards to see what's going on. All right, so let's do that. And I know I haven't posted a High Priestess read in a while. Please pardon me. You know, like this message said here today, like I don't usually like to tap in if I don't feel aligned and at ease, right? Because I don't want to like come to you guys with a distorted view or perception or spirit, you know? Sometimes you have to allow yourself to sit back, cleanse, and recharge, replenish, and then come back. All right. So, but I'm here, and you're here, and I appreciate you. If you guys made it this far into the video, please support me and the channel by liking the video, sharing it to someone who could find it valuable, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I appreciate your support, and I hope to see you soon for the next read. All right. Okay, yes, no problem. So right now, it is time to say goodbye to something that is about to end for now. Okay, you have the Golden Phoenix. Something you thought finished is bursting back into life. All right. Frog Princess, heed wise counsel and listen. All right. So we have the numbers 13, 12, and 21. And at the bottom of the deck, I have Little Wolf Girl. It is a right to be alone. All right. The number 18 as well could be significant to you. And that's a double confirmation because 18 popped up earlier. Right. So, yeah, it's a time to take, things are shifting right now because it is a time to say goodbye to something that is about to end for now. So it's not permanent, but for now you have to say goodbye to something, all right? In order to preserve yourself, right? Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So right now you have to say goodbye to something in order to persevere and do what it is that you want to set your mind to do, right? All right. Wow. Okay, so the Golden Phoenix, something that you thought was finished, bursts back into life. And this is your purpose, because now you know what you are here to do. All right. So heed wise counsel from a friend, right? There's a friend, all right, that you have a friendship. And Spirit is saying, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. So there's definitely a friend in your life for a reason that's gonna we're gonna be coming into your life for a reason that will provide you with wide counsel. And Spirit is saying, heed to this counsel and listen, you know. So especially if you're used to like doing all the talking, allow yourself to listen, to receive. All right. So, and clarifying the Little Wolf Girl that is a right to be alone is the Death card, which says, I am learning that endings are merely beginning. So something is ending, but it's just the beginning of something new. And sometimes you have to be alone to embark on that new journey. All right. Empathy, all right, is also your lesson. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. At the bottom of the deck, we have success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. So with love, empathy, and allowing yourself to, you know, persevere and following through with your purpose, heeding wide counsel, and understanding that things come and go, and start, you will be able to succeed and blossom in your abundance, fulfilling your purpose. And I'm so proud and grateful for you, okay? You guys should be very proud of yourself as well, all right? So, yeah. All right. Let's just see. A little tarot here. Oops. Okay. All right. So, you know, I feel like Spirit is also showing you that you can't, everybody ain't for you, or Spirit is also showing you who is not for you, all right? Or maybe you have outgrown some people. We have the Justice card here and the Knight of Swords, all right? So, like, you're not rushing into anything. It's good for you to take your time, because with patience and, you know, vigilant discernment, you'll be able to persevere and do things with justice and in purpose, move in purpose. So, you know, allow yourself to be patient along the process. All right, yes, definitely there is somebody, yeah, you're definitely not running to help people that are not for you. You discover that are not, just not either not your cup of tea, or they don't truly love you, or it was conditional love rather than unconditional. And you realize this through either a prophecy, a dream, seeking deeper and with Spirit, going higher in Spirit. And this is your justice. Yeah, and then also, so these people are not allowed to run up on your life and cause havoc and cause drama and stab you behind your back, all right? So there are definitely a lot of beautiful opportunities once you center yourself and align yourself that are here for you, that will bring in this abundance for you, right? Many possibilities, and you have the ability to do so with the Page of Swords. You know, the wand is in your hands, all right? Okay, the ball is in your court, all right? So that is beautiful. Okay, and let's see. Let's close this out with a fortune here from the golden box. All right, I'll say, okay, if you judge people, you have no time to love them. So as the message said earlier, be mindful, you know, with judging others, all right? Lucky numbers are 29, 42, 12, 3, 33, and 22. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you soon. Ashe.